Shadim Shari. Friday, August 23rd, 2024. Big day today. Fed Powell will be talking this morning. I think 10 a.m. I think. I have not really checked into the time, but I think the market is going to be waiting and dissecting every word that he's going to say. And it's kind of silly, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of Powell. I make no qualm on my feeling about him over the past many years. I think he's a clown, a liar, a fraudster, a data faker. Oh no, I'm calling him out on everything. But all that being said, I also think sometimes the market is irrational in its expectation on what he's going to say. I have been hearing the past day on what people want him to say as far as his intention, and it's kind of silly on the expectation because what can he say? No doubt it's very clear in the past few weeks now that the Fed is going to cut. He already outlined that and lean into it. The only question is, will he cut 25 or 50? Here's the breaking news. We have 3 weeks until the next Fed meeting and that big decision. We all know how much econ data come out on a weekly basis. So why would he paint himself into any corner when all kind of crazy stuff can happen in the next 3 weeks as far as the econ data, right? It's why say, oh, 25 basis point is all we need to do because the economy is strong, consumer is resilient, job market is robust, and then in less than 2 weeks we have the big the unemployment data coming out in the next 2 weeks. Why would he want to do that and look foolish? Who knows what the data is going to be, right? Who knows how they're going to fake it or bake it or whatever they're doing with the data. So there's a lot of things. Plus, as always, we have CPI in a couple weeks as well, and that's going to be falling sharply. I predicted 2.9%, and it came through last week, and I predicted we're going to crash even further. We're going to go another 2 point down, I believe, assuming that the data that I'm tracking continue to go in the direction that I'm seeing. We can possibly see CPI 2.7. Yeah, you heard it here first, 2.7. So yeah, there's a lot of things that will go leaning toward Powell able to cut more than 25. Is well, not that he want to cut 50. If he cut 50, the econ data is going to be a lot weaker than the market anticipated. Okay, so we just have to go week by week. I've been saying that for a long time, week by week, day by day. Stop expecting things that it's unreasonable. As much as I dislike the man, stop it. He's a clown, but also your expectation is clownish if you can't understand what I just said in the last 5 minutes. All right, for this video, I'm just going to focus on one thing, IWM. I talk about IWM every week, but I really don't dive into it because IWM is pretty broad. It's small cap, and small cap can be many things. Okay, when it comes down to IWM, it contains a lot of stuff in there that I don't care to invest. You know, um, I already talked plenty that I don't buy the IWM, but I speculate in the small biotech sector that belong in the IWM. Other than that, sure, do I buy some IWM stuff, such as Bros, Dutch Bros Brothers kind of things? Yeah, or other small cap. Okay, but it's not an ETF that I care to buy. In fact, I can't recall the last time I buy WM. Regardless, it's talked about often on the mainstream media. Certainly, it's one of Tom Lee's favorite pick that he talked about since last December. So far, after the crash 2 weeks ago, it filled the gap and stall for now. Anything can happen today. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see if it will break out. But this video, I want to focus on what can be in store for IWM. Is it going to be ramping up or ramping down? Okay, so let's go back 3 years. I draw in something that could be beneficial for some people. There's a triangle forming. Well, if it formed last year, and I can see why someone like Tom Lee would be champion um, IWM. Okay, so you have this line right here and this line right here. Okay, that's the symmetric triangle. Now, the measure move, I drew it in. Okay, first of all, when you have a symmetric triangle, there could be failed breakout and failed breakdown. Okay, it's possible. Doesn't mean that it negate the. I don't believe when you have a failed breakout, it negate the pattern, or a failed breakdown, it negate the pattern. I don't know. Okay, I don't think so. But assuming that it doesn't, there's a final breakout right here that's stuck, and where would that go? Okay, let's do the measure move right there. Well, look at that. It lined up with 3-year high. Not exactly, but that's where it can go. So if you are a believer of IWM, it can go into the 240-ish. It can go into the 3-year high. Okay, so you're looking at another 15 to 18% up, right? Now let's do something. Let's dive deeper into this. Let's do this. I have not done this, but let's take a look at this. How would IWM perform in a recession or coming into a recession? Let's take a look. Now, for those that follow me long enough, um, you probably know that I am more in the camp that we are heading into a recession. So let's say if you are not in a camp that we are in a recession, so you don't think that this resemble anything like 2008 yet. You think that this is more like a 2007, so that the market is, or even 2006. Okay, there's people out there that think that we have 2 more years of this bull run, right? So let's take a look at 2006. How did IWM perform? Pretty good. Look, from October, look from where we are, August. That's a pretty big return, from basically 70 to almost 80. right? That's a decent return. If this was 2006-ish in comparison, like nowhere near a recession. Okay, all right. So that's how, for those that believe that we are in the same kind of economic cycle, I disagree wholeheartedly, but that's what you have. Okay, so you can see where the mindset is of people that think IWM is a good space to be in. How about 2007, closer to the end of the boom cycle? Oh boy. All right, so you can see this is what 2007 looked like. Once again, this is August 23rd right here, making another run to 52-week high, and then the bottom fell out after that. Okay, so if you are more in the camp that we are late cycle economic boom, certainly you cannot think that IWM is going to be booming. Okay, I mean, if the economy is falling apart, depend on what Kool-Aid you're drinking, it is falling apart. But hey, this is what can happen to IWM. And let's take a look at 2008 when things fell apart in the market. Okay, so or any economy, how did IWM did in 2008? That's pretty ugly. Oh boy, I don't like that. I don't like this at all. Okay, so if you are in the camp, which I am in, that we resemble more 2008 than 2007 or 2006, yes, I invest in small cap biotech. And as I stated many times, biotech, big pharma tend to move more on individual company news as far as phase one, phase two, phase three test result, FDA approval or not approved, things like that. There are more individual catalysts than economy related. So I try to avoid put too much money into economic sensitive sector in a bad time. Okay, that's my main focus. So yeah, if you are in the camp that we are heading into a recession, resemble something like 2008, this is not the space you want to be in because many small companies are in trouble, right? That's why they need rate to be lower. Big company, the Apple of the world, you think they care if the Fed fund rate is 5% or 1%? No, it's the small business that need to borrow that care about that. Now let's take a look at 2009. How does IWM perform? Oops, time frame, custom, 2009. 12, 31, 2009. Look at that. There you go. See, that's what you where you want to put in IWM is an ETF. Finally, is during the bottom of a recession. Let's compare it real quick before I go. Add study, compare with SPY. And see, look at that. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to be in IWM? Why bother? Trust me, I did not do this before I run this stream, but I know enough about the overall market for following it so closely the past so many years. There's a reason I don't care to be in IWM. Okay, it's that simple. People can pump it all they want, but I just show you the last 4 years, the last 4 years of the last bad cycle? And the answer is, it is not worth it.